Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jalen, if you don't already know, and today we are going to be scrapbooking again. A little background story, if you're unfamiliar with this series, this is a mostly travel journal or like travel scrapbook. Me and my fiance, this is our 5th year together, and I didn't start scrapbooking until the end of last year. So I am playing catch up all the way back to like 2020 on vacations and trips mostly for this one. I am almost caught up. I think I've been doing pretty good. The reason I am trying to get caught up, aside from the fact that I want to be like in current time with scrapbooking, we are engaged and also expecting a baby. So I am dying to kind of start my bridal era scrapbook and my maternity scrapbook, but I can't go out of order. So we need to get the past done first before we can start on the present. That is what we are working on. I'm sure that maybe eventually I'll like find some old things and print them out and insert them, which is also kind of why I have this particular scrapbook set up this way, like with the pages, so I can take them out and move them around if I find something out of order and happen to insert. But anyways, these are the 3 that I have left. I like to organize my trips and like all of the little things that I save in baggies and with the dates on them so that I kind of know what's going on and what the order is. Next would be this one, which is going to be a lot, and honestly I think this is going to be really exciting. This was a week-long cruise for my graduation, May 2023, and we went to Jamaica, Cozumel, and Grand Cayman. So there's a lot of, I don't want to say junk in here, but like really fun stuff to use and so many photos, and it's super tropical. And I'm excited to play around with that because I do feel like I have a lot of themed scrapbooking pieces that can go along with this. Let's get into scrapbooking our cruise. I want to throw in, if you've seen the other videos, you have seen my style was kind of like planning exactly how my page was gonna look and then going back and putting everything together. I have since been doing it a little more often and I think become more comfortable with my process. So we're not doing that. We're kind of just going with the flow. It obviously is faster this way also. I grabbed all this like junk mail from my mailbox, but I kind of want to see if I can take like letters and random things and use this in my scrapbook also. I started to see that like on Pinterest and stuff, almost like junk journaling, I guess. Not really, but I think it would also add some cool dimension to the pages, so we're gonna try that today as well. Let's get into it. If you saw my other videos, I didn't really have like a real scrapbooking box before. I just got one at Hobby Lobby. I actually got 2. This one has books in it. These are the 2 that I will eventually use, the white one for bridal and then a brown one for like my maternity and baby journey. But this just is a little more organized and I really like it. Definitely a game changer, I think. And honestly, it makes it feel a little bit more professional. Okay, so because of the way that this scrapbook is with like the sleeve inserts rather than scrapbooking right on the page, I have these little, they're thicker, they're like cardstock, but they're like full-sized papers. My other scrapbooks, I will be doing right on the page. But first, I know that this one is gonna be multiple pages. So I'm gonna try and like sort through this bag and maybe sort through by day or at least by like country. Like I obviously am gonna separate Jamaica, Cozumel, and Grand Cayman. I think maybe each might have 2 pages. I'm not totally sure. But then there's also like those days on the boat where, you know, you're just like relaxing. But I guess it also depends like what I have photos for. So we're gonna go through and separate and see like what is gonna be joined together. I realized I only printed pictures of us, but this was a family trip. My parents were there and my grandparents. So I am going to quickly print some more photos. I don't think I thought of that because of the fact that all these other trips were solo trips. So I'm gonna go print more pictures so that we can kind of combine it all. Okay, I just placed an order for pickup at CVS Photo. It should be ready in like an hour, but in the meantime, I am just gonna scrapbook this page, or plan to scrapbook this page, this like snorkeling in Mexico page, because this is all the photos I have from it because it was from the film cam, but I am gonna try to find, because I don't have anything that says Cozumel. I think I'm gonna try to go through all of these like newspapers and find like letter by letter spell out Cozumel, Mexico, and see how that comes out. Okay, so I did pick up more photos. I got 47 more pictures, which I'm realizing is gonna make this really hard to scrapbook. How could I not? And I'm sure like we can just use some of them for memories and having them. Lots more photos from the boat, all of the countries. So I like that we have a little more to work with. So now I'm gonna go and sort these out and see where that leaves us. I also don't know if you can tell, but I spelled out the Cozumel, Mexico, which I was really excited about, taking that from the scrapbook, taking that from the magazines. Okay, a lot of it is from the boat. I do think a lot of it is gonna be memories too, but we are going to tackle Mexico first. Okay, I am gonna do the snorkeling picture first, although I don't think it'll be first in order in the book, but I just really like the aesthetics of like the water vibes going on with these pictures. I am gonna start by kind of decorating the plain page with other fun colored paper. I like to rip pieces because I really like this like texture that it gives. Then I'm just gonna kind of figure out my back scene layout. Okay, I kind of like the dimension of this, so I'm gonna glue that down. It's my dad, by the way. Also, I got this glue instead of like the stick, and it's such a life changer. Okay, I really like that. I also see this like kind of going here, but I want something else around here first. Okay, I like this, so I'm gonna glue this down. Now obviously I'll cut off the excess of these. So I have this little thing and it kind of like pops out like this. So I feel like it like will hold a photo. And I'm thinking of putting like cutting the fish or the starfish and kind of putting it in there somehow. So I'm gonna cut these. Like, I feel like something like that is kind of cool. Like right there. And I would like to somehow kind of get the shape of the star. I also don't know how that's gonna work, but we're gonna try. Smaller than I thought, but I think that it's cute. I'm also kind of thinking I can like use the rocks. I feel like it does need a little more dimension. like that maybe. Okay, I'm gonna look through these little books and see if I can find a word that fits the vibe. I kind of like splash, just because obviously we're splashing around in the water. Just says to scatter a liquid in large drops or amounts. I don't know. The wording, I feel like the description of it doesn't really make sense for the vibe, but I just like the splash part. Okay, now I think this is like the fun part where we just kind of go in and decorate with random stickers and like overlays. I really like this here for some reason, so I'm gonna put this in here. This is obviously a very blue page, and it's definitely not done. It definitely needs some work and love, but. Hello. Okay, so obviously, I don't know if you can really tell, but it's a different day. I did finish that page, that snorkeling page. I didn't really add much besides what got cut off, but you can kind of see that it's like got more stickers and washi tape, some words, just kind of feels a little bit more finished and complete. I do really like this page. I love the color scheme and it's super nostalgic and it makes me really happy. But we are going to finish Mexico today. Probably a couple more pages of Mexico to go. And we're just gonna jump right back in. Okay, this is what we have left for Mexico. I'm gonna focus on what would be like the entry page for the whole Mexico scene. One page is gonna be like us getting at the port, which is where like kind of all of this comes from. So the beach pictures and food and all that from the resort is gonna be another page, possibly two, depending on what I end up using. But first we're gonna do this entry page, which is what I am calling it. And we are gonna start again by figuring out my background colors. I do think this one's gonna be less blue. I think maybe just like neutral. I think add more, but I like this neutral tones that we kind of have going on. But for starters, I definitely know that I want this city name at the top, so I'm gonna kind of rearrange that. Okay, whatever is going on up here, I like it, so we're gonna kind of glue that down. I'm gonna start doing the letters down first. Okay, I think it's gonna start to overlap a little bit, so I'm gonna put this down. these photos a little bit now. Okay, I like this in terms of like where the pictures are gonna go. I think I'm gonna curve these edges because that seems to be the theme, but I do need background paper still. Okay, I feel like this one came together really, really well already, but we are gonna go have some fun with the stickers. So the name of the actual port is Puerto Maya. You can kind of see it. It says welcome to Puerto Maya right here and then a little right there. But I'm gonna put that on this little like, looks like a bag luggage tag style thing. Boom. I think that this one is done. Let's see. I like how this one came out. It's a little different for me, but I love it and I love this. All the wording. Next is the beach page and then I think we will be done.